alive and you have been part of her life. Alan Cumming, January 2018. Prologue. Bringing home a new family member can be a life-altering experience. It's something that should never be taken lightly. It usually happens only after months, sometimes even years of research and planning. At least it does for any sensible person, something I, Steve, have never claimed to be. Animals have a way of finding me. Like our dog Shelby, whom we were just supposed to be babysitting, but then her family moved away and never came back. Or our cat Dolores, who was the runt in a litter of barn cats a girlfriend brought to my attention. I went to feed the cats once and came home with Dolores because the others wouldn't let her eat. Yes, it's a pattern. So when I got a message about a mini pig that needed a home, there was only one thing I could do: say yes. Thankfully, my amazing partner, Derek, is never one to shy away from an adventure. But little did we know this was going to be unlike any adventure we had ever been on. Our sweet, tiny 5-pound mini pig grew up to be a 650-pound, full-sized commercial pig. Finding out the truth about who Esther was caused us to completely reevaluate who we were and how we lived our lives. Learning to live with a 650-pound pig in our 1,000-square-foot home nearly drove us to our breaking point. There were sleepless nights, heated conversations, and many, many tears. But we soldiered on and challenged ourselves in ways we had never dreamed of before. We thought we had been through the worst until we started an Esther the Wonder Pig Facebook page that would take things to a whole new level of crazy. Within weeks, her page went viral, amassing over 100,000 likes in under 80 days. Unfortunately, we lived in a town whose bylaws prohibited us from keeping Esther. Facing the risk of losing her to town officials, we had a serious decision to make: shut down the page and quietly fade away, or get serious about realizing our new dream of opening a farm sanctuary. We knew we could rescue many more Esthers, along with other abused and abandoned farm animals that needed a safe forever home. 5 months after the page began, and less than 2 years after we met Esther for the very first time, we launched a crowdfunding campaign that raised more than $440,000 to buy the farm in just 60 days. We had somehow done what everyone told us was impossible. This was our happily ever Esther. Chapter 1. People often think about giving it all up and just moving to a farm. It's an old cliché. Everything will be wonderful, they think. And in theory, sure, it sounds great. Waking to the melodious sounds of birds chirping, breathing in fresh air as you sip your morning coffee on the porch, and watch the livestock frolic. Here's where the comedic record scratch would sound, to emphasize how wrong your theory would be. The realities of actually closing up shop on the life you've always known and moving to a farm, when, by the way, you have never actually been a farmer, are frantic, crazy, and potentially insane. So, of course, that's what we did. At first, none of the realities had sunk in quite yet. That would take a few more hours. And then deeper realities about the magnitude of what we'd committed to would sink in over the next few days, weeks, and months. But they couldn't possibly set in yet, because there was still no normalcy. So we were just going with the flow, moment to moment, not even in the same area code of realizing what we had just done. There we were, being greeted by friends and strangers in the middle of an extremely surreal situation. I mean, let's be real. How many people move into their new home with a party for them already taking place? That was us. We rarely do things without some sort of flourish. When we first arrived at the farm, we had tons of guests on our property, milling about with wide eyes and big smiles, all there to welcome us to our new home. While we'd never moved to a farm before, we had previously changed homes, and that change had certainly never come with an army of well-wishers. All the fanfare and excitement made it impossible to really think about anything but what was happening in the moment. And that first moment was all about introducing